ceasefire. Still, it felt prudent not to have my wife and 6-year-old child joining me. She was understandably terrified by even the remotest potentiality of being hit by a rocket. Though biologically full brothers, Gaby and I are 17 and 1/2 years apart, 64 and 46 at the time of this trip. Our respective generations as foreign to each other, really, as our nationalities. We didn't grow up together in the same house, or even the same country. Our parents having been in entirely different phases of life when they raised each of us. Gaby was born on a kibbutz on the shores of the Sea of Galilee and came of age in an Israel that was economically strapped and under constant threat of war. He was already 13 when he came to the United States with my parents and attended Monroe High School in Rochester, New York. In contrast with the austerity and militant solidarity he grew up with in Israel, Gaby had arrived in the United States just in time to sample the prosperity of an unprecedented economic boom, and to experience the impact of the ongoing civil rights movement as Monroe High School was integrating its student body. Baffled at first by American manners and racial dynamics, he nevertheless adapted well, became the school's tennis star, and fell just short of the state championship. I was born during Gaby's senior year at Monroe, 1967 through 1968, and within a matter of months, he had already returned to Israel to start his mandatory military service. "Don't get killed over there," read one signature in his yearbook, "but if you do, it was great to know you." My parents had initially planned to return to Israel as well, after my father had earned a bachelor's degree in engineering at the Rochester Institute of Technology, but then he found a series of rewarding jobs at factories in the area and decided to pursue a master's at night while he worked. My younger brother, Danny, was born when I was 2, and when I was 4, our parents bought a house in the suburb of Brighton, known for its large Jewish population and excellent public schools. My mother began to teach Hebrew at a large synagogue's thriving day school. My parents kept a room for Gaby in the suburban house where he had never lived, but I saw him in person only during visits to steamy Tel Aviv during summer vacation, and the incongruity between our lives stood out at several key junctures. I can recall coming home from Council Rock Elementary School in the fall of 1973 to find my mother perched over the radio, attempting to hear the latest details of the fighting between Arab armies and Israel, fighting in which Gaby was a frontline combatant. Later, as I made my way through middle and high school, Gaby went to law school, got married, and set about raising 2 children. As adults, we have tried to compensate for the differences in our ages, geography, and life experience with short, intense visits, usually around weddings, birthdays, or other family events. A few days stolen away in the name of reclaimed brotherhood, or even just a few hours. Our longest time together was a 10-day trip in Sicily in 2007, when he was 57, his daughters all grown up, and I was 39, my son not yet born. Gaby had been there several times before, and he drove us around the island in a rental car, from its lush beaches to its snow-covered volcanic slopes, exploring crumbling hilltop villages and coastal towns whose histories were Roman, Byzantine, Arab, African, Ottoman, and Norman. Since that trip, however, our respective schedules had been dictated entirely by work and family obligations, and we knew the summer of 2014 was a singular opportunity to spend a few days together. War or no war, then, I resolved to go as planned. I had never flown to Israel from East Asia before, and there were no direct flights from Tokyo to Tel Aviv at that time, but I discovered a flight from Hong Kong to Tel Aviv on El Al, the Israeli National Airlines. Reaching Hong Kong took just over an hour on one of the multiple daily flights offered by small airlines for tourists and business travelers from China, and my flight left Okinawa on time, as is the rule in Japan. My entry into Hong Kong's international terminal was smooth, facilitated by a perfunctory inspection of my American passport from the uniformed customs officer. Following the overhead signs indicating gate numbers, I made my way through the airport, an enormous, hypermodern complex containing, in addition to flights headed to hundreds